Have you ever heard the old saying, the only two things in life that are certain are death and taxes? It's a morbid saying. Well, it may be true. And while I can't help you with the former, I can give you some advice around the latter, taxes. In this week's episode of Healthcare Hacks, we're going to talk about a little tool called an HSA, which can help reduce that tax bill this year. Hi, my name is John. I'm your healthcare hacker and a max contributor to an HSA myself. Before I get started, please like this video and subscribe to our channel at Athos Health. This will help you keep up to date with the latest healthcare hacks and how you can navigate our complex U.S. healthcare system. So in today's episode, I want to talk about what is an HSA, who can use them, why you should use them, and why today matters. So first, let's talk about what an HSA is. It simply stands for a health savings account. They were put into law in 2003 under the Bush administration. It was really a reaction to the creation and rise of high deductible health plans. The concern was that these expensive deductibles would become unaffordable for many people. So the law was passed, allowed people to save money in a tax-advantaged way so they could afford their deductibles and other out-of-pocket expenses. So can you have an HSA? I don't know. It really depends. I wish there was a really easy rule I could give you, but the rules are fairly complex about who's eligible and who's not eligible for an HSA. The one thing you need to do is make sure you have a high deductible health plan that is eligible. So in order to find that out, I would talk to your HR team if you get your insurance through your employer, or call your health plan to make sure that you're eligible for an HSA. So if you are eligible for an HSA, why should you use one? Who cares? Well, you should care. And there's 3 reasons why. First, any contributions you make to an HSA are tax-free. It's going to lower your tax bill in the year you make the contribution. So when April 15th rolls around, you have a little bit smaller bill you have to pay to Uncle Sam. Number 2 is those contributions you can invest and you can grow the amount in your HSA. You can put them in the stock market if you like a little bit of risk, or you can put them in something a little bit slower pace like a money market if you want to be conservative. Regardless, as you keep the money in your HSA and invest it, any earnings you get, any growth in that value is tax-free. You don't pay income tax and you don't pay capital gains on it. And then third, any distribution, so taking the money out of the HSA, is probably tax-free. John, what do you mean by probably? Well, it depends on how you use it and how old you are. At any point, if you use those dollars for a qualified medical expense, they're tax-free. So if you're going to pay for your deductible for a surgery or for a prescription drug, those dollars you can take out and you don't have to pay income tax on them ever. Now, you can also use these dollars for retirement. Once you turn 65, you can take the dollars out. Now, there's no penalty, but you do have to pay ordinary income on it, just like you would a wage that you receive from your job. So why am I telling this now? It's because timing matters. You have until April 15th of 2021 to make contributions for last year. So it doesn't matter if you haven't put a nickel in for the 2020 HSA, you can still do it. Last year's contribution max was $3,550 for an individual and double that for a family. So you put that away and it's going to lower your tax bill this year. Now, in addition, you have the remainder of this year and up until April of next year to contribute for 2021. That maximum is $3,600 for an individual and $7,200 for a couple or family. If you take nothing else away from this video, take away the fact that HSAs are very powerful vehicles and you should max them out if at all possible. Whether you use it for medical expenses, save for retirement, doesn't really matter. It's a great way to make your dollar go farther. If you have any questions about this video or comments, please leave them below and we'll try to address them in a future episode of Healthcare Hacks. And in the meantime, make sure you get your facts by joining me on the next episode of Healthcare Hacks.